We, the Pushpagiri College of Pharmacy, are encouraging our students to join industries and organizations for higher studies abroad. Today, we have with us Academically Global Healthcare Academy, which is an international organization who are involved in promoting higher studies abroad. Today, they are with us for talking to us. On behalf of Pushpagiri College of Pharmacy and as the chairperson of the webinar, I am extremely happy to welcome the team academically for the session. Over to you, sir.
Just a second, sorry to interrupt here. Just one small correction over here with the agenda for the meeting. We are really focusing on today's session about overseas opportunities. We are not really going to talk about study abroad, but we will be talking about how to get a job as a pharmacist in a country like Australia or New Zealand. Over to you, Dr. Akram Ahmad.
So, hi everyone. So myself is Dr. Akram Ahmad. So I'm an Indian pharmacist. I completed my diploma in pharmacy, Bachelor of Pharmacy, and PharmD PB from India. And I have a working experience in 3 countries, in India, Malaysia, in Australia as a pharmacy professor. And I also completed my PhD from University of Sydney. So today I'm going to talk about the opportunities for you, basically a pharmacist jobs, how you can register yourself as a registered pharmacist in Australia and can get a job and with your PR visa, permanent visa. Okay. So end of this webinar, you can ask me any questions, whatever you have. Maybe in English, Hindi, and even in your own language. Malayalam also you can ask. So my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not talking about the study abroad. This is kind of like registration. You can register yourself as a pharmacist in Australia, and you can migrate Australia as a pharmacist, registered pharmacist, and you can start working here. So basically, academically provide the assistance for all healthcare professionals, whether it is a medical doctor, pharmacist, nurses, lab technician, veterinary doctors, and optometrists, physiotherapists, any healthcare professional want to migrate, want to practice in any another country, you need to write some exam. Okay, so same for in case of Australia, you need to write the exam called KAPS exam, KAPS, Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences as a pharmacist. So once you pass this exam in your home country in India, there is so many centers in India currently like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune. So you can write the exam in India and pass the exam and directly apply your permanent visa and you can migrate to Australia. This is myself, Dr. Akram Ahmed. So I recently completed my PhD from University of Sydney. And before that, I was basically Indian pharmacist, diploma, bachelor's, and PharmD PV from India. So, and I have around 11 years teaching experience in India, Malaysia, and Australia for pharmacy practice in clinical pharmacy. So, we provide basically 2 services: study abroad and registration process. But I do not recommend for anyone to go for study abroad, because if you want to go study abroad, you have to pay the fees around 30 to 50 lakh Indian rupees, right? And then after you study 2 to 3 years, then you have to find a job and it's very difficult to get PR visa. So this is not recommended to anyone to come Australia on a study visa. I'm personally recommended for you to go for registration process. So if you can register yourself as a pharmacist in Australia, government of Australia will give you the permanent visa and you can migrate to Australia easily. You can settle here. So as a pharmacist, there is some steps you need to complete in order to migrate to Australia. So as a retail pharmacist, you can migrate, or hospital pharmacist, you can migrate to Australia. And Australia does not require to have any work experience. So 0 work experience required to migrate to Australia as a pharmacist. Okay. So even if you are did your pharmacy degree, see your back. Now you are working in like in the pharmacovigilance, clinical research, medical writing, medical coding, or sales and marketing, maybe in like a MR job, medical rep job, or any kind of other job. Still, you can migrate to Australia if you are not experienced pharmacist. So there is a three steps you need to complete in order to migrate to Australia. The first step called initial skill assessment with APC. So APC means Australian Pharmacy Council. Australian Pharmacy Council, basically they will see your document and your registration. Then they will say yes, you are eligible to sit in this exam. Okay. So this process we will complete behalf of you. You just need to provide us your documents only. Okay. And then next step called KAPS exam. And KAPS exam, nothing but it is just a multiple choice question based exam. And this is an online exam. You can pass this exam in India itself. This exam conducted 3 times yearly. And we will provide you the coaching, live coaching from Australia, online coaching from Australia. So easily you can pass this exam in 90 days. So you have to just study 3 hours per day for 90 days. You can crack this exam in your first attempt. And next step, basically the English test you need to pass called IELTS, OET or PTE. So we will provide you the coaching for this also. So all these steps academically will help you to complete. So whether you are a retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist, there are similar steps you need to complete. Okay, I will explain you in further details in all my other slides in the next slide. So if you are a working as a industrial pharmacist, so someone completed like Bachelor of Pharmacy or PharmD or MPharm, and now you are working in pharmaceutical industry. So in that case, they need minimum 2 year working experience in industrial pharmacy. Then only you can apply as a industry pharmacist. And if you are a pharmacy technician, you also can migrate. They also need 1 year work experience at least after your Bachelor of Pharmacy. If someone want to migrate as a university lecturer, also can migrate. Those are master or PhD holder, 2 year experience. But very difficult to get visa. They require at least 90 plus points. For university lecturer, those are PhD holder, master degree holder, they need 90 plus point to get visa. But for pharmacists can get the visa on 65 points. This is the minimum point to apply because there is a high demand for pharmacists in Australia. Okay. And here only 8 pharmacy colleges they are offering pharmacy education in Australia. So they need pharmacists to work in retail pharmacies or hospital pharmacies. They does not require many university lecturer because very low number universities here, only 8. If I compared like in Kerala, might be there's 100 pharmacy colleges, right? Kerala itself. But here only 8 pharmacy college. That's why they need around uh, 2,500 to 3,000 around, basically they need pharmacists. Up to 3K pharmacy they need yearly. They basically issue the permanent visa for pharmacists. So there is a 2 countries you can migrate as a, whether it is Australia and New Zealand. Or for pharmacy, the steps are the same steps you need to complete like initial skill assessment, then KAPS exam, then English test. So all these 3 steps you need to complete in order to migrate to Australia. So there is some difference in Australia and New Zealand. As I mentioned, Australia does not require any work experience, 0 experience required to migrate to Australia. But in case of New Zealand, you must have at least 1 year working experience in New Zealand. Okay, or there is a unlimited attempt for New Zealand. You or for Australia. Australia have a unlimited attempt for you. You can take when you are writing the exam. But for New Zealand, only 2 attempts you can write. But since you are joining academically, you will pass this exam in your first attempt. We have a 92% track record to pass this exam. In last week, there is a result from academic. For last time also is about 96% student pass from academically. So they will definitely pass in your first attempt. We just need to revise our content for 3 hours per day. And definitely you can crack this exam in 90 days. So first step, basically we need some document like your degree, transcript, registration as a pharmacist, Aadhaar card, birth certificate, passport size photograph, all documents we required from your side to submit your initial skill assessment. Okay. And this is done by Australian Pharmacy Council. And you need to pay the fees 1310 Australian dollar. This is me basically at the University of Sydney. So University of Sydney is one of the oldest university they established in Australia. So this is like 1899. This university they established. This is the University of Sydney, and behind it, this is one of the oldest pharmacy school. Pharmacy school also basically sorry. This is 1899. Basically, they established this pharmacy school, but university they established 1849. The university they established 1849, but the pharmacy school they opened first pharmacy school that was in Australia 1899. So around 125, 124 old year this pharmacy school is there. So this is the exam called KAPS exam, Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences. So you just need to pass this exam. This is an online exam. You can write this exam in the home country in India and migrate to Australia. So the fees you need to pay around 2230 Australian dollar to the Australian Pharmacy Council, because this exam conducted by a Australian Pharmacy Council. This exam really very easy. So first of all, there is no negative marking. So if you are a pharmacy student, you must know about the GPAT exam. So GPAT is really very tough exam, and there is a negative marking in GPAT, also in NIPER JEE. And here only you need to score only 50% to pass this exam. And they will ask you the question from four these domain like pharmaceutics, pharmacotherapy, and pharmaceutical chemistry and pharmacology and physiology. Okay, so these two papers you need to write in the same day. So paper 100 questions, they will give you 2 hour time. You have to correct 50%. Then paper 2, again 100 questions, 2 hour time. You have to score 50%. But in these two papers, there is a 1 hour gap. You can take a break 1 hour, then you can write the paper 2. So same day you need to write this paper 1 and paper 2. Only your score you need to score basically just 50% and no negative marking. So once you give this exam within 2 to 3 weeks, you will receive the result. And once you got the result, then you are eligible to start looking a job in Australia. Are also eligible to apply your PR visa or permanent visa to migrate to Australia. So KAPS exam centers in Australia, in India, basically there are 8 centers. You can go in any center, you can write this exam, like Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. And this exam they conducted yearly 3 times, like March, July, and November. Okay. So in our last result, 92% student pass, 93% student pass. This news published by Farmer Tutor. So basically, it's a really easy exam. There's no need to worry. And then you also need to pass this English test like IELTS Academic or OAT or PT, any test you can give. And this is my PPT is old a little bit, so there is one correction. These exams no more eligible in Australia from 1st of August. Okay, so this exam is no need. Only these 3 exams you need to write. IELTS you need to write, or OAT or PT, any of the tests you need to write. They remove basically TOEFL score from the Australia. So if you want to migrate as a pharmacist, an industrial pharmacist, again you need to have 2-year work experience, and then we can help you to pass. But there is no need to write any pharmacy exam. So in Australia, 90% jobs are available in the retail pharmacy, hospital pharmacy. So industrial pharmacy little bit difficult to get a job, but you can get the visa. And same for pharmacy technician here. So technician, you can migrate to Australia as a technician. And for this also, no need to have any, no need to write any pharmacy exam, but you just need to score like a skill assessment and English score. Then we can file EOI and visa. And then these are the 2 visa you can apply, like 190 and 491. 407 visa, they are subclass also, you are eligible to apply. So many students just ask me very common question that do I need a sponsor from Australia to get a visa? So answer is no. You no need to have any like a sponsor. You can get this PR visa directly from government. Yes, you only need a sponsor for work visa. So I'm not talking about the work visa. You have to come Australia on PR visa, permanent visa. So in permanent visa, education is free for your spouse or your kids if you are migrating with your family. Also, healthcare is free. If you're talking about work visa, then you need to buy insurance and all those things. Okay. So I highly recommend it. Come on PR visa, permanent visa to migrate to Australia. So once you pass this exam, then you have to start working in Australia as a pharmacy intern. First job, this is not a internship like in India. You are working, I mean, free of cost, but here you will get the salary. Okay, so around you will get minimum salary 6,000 per month. So around more than 3 lakh per month, I can say. So on average salary in Australia, you will get around 3 to 5 lakh Indian rupees per month, and average time will take 6 months to 1 year. So first job you will get as an intern pharmacist, then you can work as a community pharmacist or hospital pharmacist. You also can work as a consultant pharmacist, clinical pharmacist also later on. So these are some of the reviews from academically. And Shiva, this is the number. You can guys save this number. You can ask if you have any questions, any doubt. You can ask him anything regarding I know about process and all those things in Malayalam also. Okay. So now we can talk one on one. So if you have any questions,
Uh, Hello, guys. So one thing I want you to understand is that ഈ സെഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് എക്സ്ക്ലൂസീവ് ആയിട്ട് പുഷ്പഗിരി കോളേജ് ഓഫ് ഫാർമസിയിലെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് കണ്ടക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, so a person like Dr. Akram Ahmad, who is having a lot of experience in guiding professionals, that too from the pharmaceutical field and other healthcare fields. So നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഡയറക്ട്ലി സാറിന്റെ അടുത്ത് തന്നെ ഡൗട്ട്സ് ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി ആണ്. So after this session, you anyways can call me and ask your doubts here. So I want you guys to utilize the chat box to the maximum, or you are also allowed to unmute yourself and talk over here. Okay. Yes, Joycey. Joycey, doubt എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ? ഹാൻഡ് റൈസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
the others also you can type your question so I can read, I can give the answer, or you can directly unmute yourself, can ask directly to me, or if you can ask in Malayalam as well. Shiva is also
Yes,
here.
yes. There is no such language barriers here. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏത് ലാംഗ്വേജിൽ വേണമെങ്കിലും ഇവിടെ ഡൗട്ട് ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ as I told in the beginning also, it is not anything about studying abroad. So നിങ്ങൾ ഒരുപാട് സ്റ്റഡി അബ്രോഡിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ട് നോളജ് ഉള്ളവരായിരിക്കും. It is purely about getting a work there and earning 3 to 4 lakhs of rupees per month. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ഒരു ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻ വെച്ചിട്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ കയ്യിലുള്ള ബാച്ചിലേഴ്സ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫാം ഡി പോലത്തെ ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഹൗ ടു ഗെറ്റ് എ ജോബ് എന്നുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യത്തിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ സംസാരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ പ്ലീസ് ആസ്ക് യു ഡൗട്ട്സ് so that we can make this a two-way communication here. നിങ്ങൾ അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് സംസാരിച്ചോളൂ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ ഡൗട്ട് ചോദിച്ചോളൂ. We will answer all that questions for you guys. Also from anybody from the faculties also who have joined here, on the behalf of the children, you can ask the doubt. We would love to clear that for you. Or if there was any particular point, ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു slide, any certain slide was not clear to you, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു step it was not clear to you, you can mention that also. Is everybody yeah, Dr. Akram, we have a question. So do we have to find a sponsor for our internship in Australia
No.
clearing KAPS?
That's what this is the 90% student from Kerala, they have basically misconception. Because there is some consultancy, they are basically not given the clear picture, clear information. You does not require any sponsorship. Last week, one girl, Linda, she's our student. She got the visa and she's coming to Australia. On PR visa. Once she will here, then she's gonna start working here. There is no need to have any sponsorship. Sponsorship you only need for work visa. We are not talking about work visa. We are talking about the PR visa, permanent visa. You can change even your citizenship. You can be a Australian citizen. So no need to have any work. I mean, sponsorship need.
Megamol has a concern about the total expense Megamol,
Basically, total expenses basically you are mainly you are paying to the government. For example, medical assessment or exam fees, then visa fees, PT exam fees, So around 70% fees you are paying directly to them only. You are not paying to us. So but on average, yeah, it will take around up to 5 lakh Indian rupees altogether. Okay. And more information you can talk, Shiva, you can just leave your phone number, email. Maybe, please, I mean, share this form. So here the feedback form, you just fill this form. So Shiva will talk to you. He will give you the information regarding the step by step how much money you need to pay. Yes, next please. And we also provide we have a loan facilities also. So you can pay up to like 6 months, 9 months, 12-month EMI and no interest. It is the interest free loan we provide.
students, I'm sure that most of you will be having some sort of like confusions, right? So usually what you guys do is that you discuss with each other. നിങ്ങള് തമ്മിൽ നിങ്ങളെ doubts ചോദിക്കും. If it is not advised, if someone is not an expert, you shouldn't take the advice from them, right? So do ask it over here, ask to us. We are present here for solving that doubts to you. This is something that I usually notice when we conduct these webinars and all. So put it in the chat box. നിങ്ങൾ അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ചോദിച്ചോളൂ, ഒരു പ്രോബ്ലം ഇല്ല. പ്ലീസ് ആസ്ക്.
Student, please ask any, I mean, even you can type your question or please fill this form. It is given in the chat box, so our team can contact you later on also. You can write your doubt also in that. Doubt, query, anything you have.
I hope all the students who are here, like what year are you in? നിങ്ങൾ final years ആണോ അതോ you are in other year of your class? Can I get few responses here? What year you are in currently? So is there anybody who have joined in the last? And sir, can you please talk about the intern, written and oral exam?
So once you got basically the visa and come to Australia, start working. So once you complete the 70% of your internship, around 9 months you work in Australia, then you need to write this exam. So basically, those are Australian graduates. Those are Australian citizen, Australian graduates. They pass from Australia. They also need to write the same exam. So nothing special for you. You are worried about this. You are just doing extra effort only to write the KAPS exam. After KAPS, all the steps is the same like locals. Okay, so local also has to go 1 year internship. You also have to go 1 year internship. During internship, you need to write oral exam, written exam. They also need to write the same thing. Written exam, nothing but it's just the regarding the law, and it's an open book exam. You can see the book, or you can search on Google. You can give. So no one fail in that exam. All are pass in that. 99% students pass in that exam. Okay. Another exam is the oral exam. For oral exam also is not very tough exam. So whatever you are doing internship, you are basically working under the supervision of a registered pharmacist in Australia. That pharmacist will guide you regarding this exam, and we also provide the separate coaching for that exam if you need at that time the assistance from us. Okay, so no need to worry. Academically will help you to until you become a registered pharmacist even after 1 year also.
Sir, is there any difference in the job profiles of retail and hospital
No,
pharmacists?
this is the same. Any registered pharmacist can work in the retail, can work in the hospital. So sometimes the overseas pharmacists first they start from retail and later on they move into the hospital. But in hospital the salary is not that much good because government pay here the salary is low. So most of them are working in the private sector, private community pharmacy. They are paying higher salaries. So, but if you want to work in hospital, you can. If you want to work in retail, you can work anywhere. Yes, next please. Fill this form, this feedback form. So, or you can ask your doubt or question in that. So we will get back to you. Even sometime we have a lot of information also. So either new information, then we will share with you. And if you want to migrate abroad, so I highly recommend it to go on my channel and watch some videos. So wherever you want to migrate, we make always. I personally make the videos. So there is so many stories. Basically, last week I got the visa. Okay. So this is also from Kerala. He's Sijo Matthew. Okay, he's in Kerala currently. He's a 43-year-old guy. He passed the exam after 18 years of a study gap, and now he's coming to Australia. This guy also passed his exam like 2 days back only. So he came to see me where I am sitting. Basically, I am connecting this webinar, for you. So here I have taken this interview here. So you can watch a lot of videos, lot of stories from our previous students. This is also for the Kerala student. This is also he's working in Dubai. He's Indian pharmacist. Now he passed the exam with us, so now he's coming to Australia. A lot of stories. Basically, you can watch these videos, and we also make the videos from different countries apart from Australia, New Zealand. So, is there any opportunity for you in any other country? So I always make videos. Please like and subscribe my videos here, so you can get more information.
Is there anyone who have joined in the last or after a few slides? ഏതെങ്കിലും steps clear ആവാത്തവർ ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ? If there, you can put it in the chat box. Have you missed out something? You can just mention in the chat box. There are still people joining in. So don't have to worry about, because the session with Dr. Akram, we are arranging it for today. Right? So yes, someone has raised their hand. Can you please unmute and tell your concern, please? Is there anything still we have a
Can you
confusion
briefing the procedures once again in short?
about the KAPS examination, right?
Yes, yes.
Dr. Akram, can I do it this time?
Yes, please.
Okay, sir, doing it now.
There is so many students. Basically, they are joining now. Basically,
Yes,
so you can
yes, yes.
explain one more time. Maybe you can use in Malayalam.
So students, ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് ഇവിടെ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത് the pathway to migrating as a registered pharmacist in a country like Australia, New Zealand, and so on. Okay, ഇന്നത്തെ agenda എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് mainly it is not about any study abroad thing. It is purely about getting a job. You have a basic qualification right now, right? B Pharm അല്ലെങ്കിൽ Pharm D പോലത്തെ qualification ഉള്ളവർക്ക് there is this opportunity to migrate abroad as a registered pharmacist there. Right? So adine pattitana how to get a job ennalladine pattitayirunnu we had a discussion here. So academically we are a global healthcare academy. So when it is an academy, you should understand that we help you to learn. നിങ്ങളെ ഈ എക്സാമിനേഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നമ്മൾ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട്. We teach you for these council examinations, right? Whatever council it is abroad, we understand the standards there and we give you the training for that. Okay, so founded by Dr. Akram Ahmad, sir ആയിരുന്നു സെഷൻ എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. Sir ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നിന്ന് his diploma, his bachelor's, sir ഫാം ഡി എല്ലാം ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നിന്ന് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷം he is having more than 10 years of teaching experience also, and also done his PhD from the University of Sydney, right? One of the top pharmacists in the world. Sir is the founder of the company Academically, with a vision to help healthcare professionals to achieve the career goals in a better way. Okay. So, sir എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും he has understood and felt from his bottom of his heart what all are the struggles that you go through. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വരുന്ന കൺസേൺസ്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു ജോബ് നോക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് നിങ്ങളുടെ ജോബിന്റെ സാലറി ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, നിങ്ങളുടെ വർക്ക് ലൈഫ് ബാലൻസ് ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, he has felt himself, he had experienced himself in all these factors. So when he found out there is something better opportunity, right, in another country that you should probably grab on. With such a vision, we have formed a company like Academically. So Academically mainly നിങ്ങളെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ട്രെയിനിങ്ങിലായിരിക്കും. And also for our students, we are doing the support for all the other process also. So migration process, when it comes to job part, it requires certain steps that you need to follow. Our steps in a പറ്റിയിട്ടായിരുന്നു നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് സംസാരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. So academically services are mainly the registration and the study abroad. So for pharmacy graduates, we would always suggest you to go for your registration part. കാരണം ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റഡി അബ്രോഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഫാക്ടർ നോക്കുകയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വരുന്ന എക്സ്പെൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ്സ് മോർ ദാൻ 20 to 30 lakhs ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യൻ റുപ്പീസ് ആണ്, അല്ലെ? നമ്മളൊരു ഡിഗ്രി പഠിക്കാനായിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്കൂള് തൊട്ട് ഇതുവരെ നമ്മൾ ഡിഗ്രി പഠിക്കാനായിട്ട് ലക്ഷങ്ങളോളം രൂപ ചെലവാക്കിയതിന് ശേഷം again we are spending another 30 lakhs or 20 lakhs of rupees for again studying. But the ultimate truth everyone needs to understand is that whatever higher graduation you do, whatever higher studies you do, if you want to do a healthcare professional job in any of the abroad country, you are expected to write the council examination. So appoഴാണെങ്കിലും ഇപ്പോഴാണെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രോസസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് it remains the same, right? So rather than spending lakhs of rupees, there is a better pathway. So ആ ഒരു ബെറ്റർ പാത്വേ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു തരാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഇന്ന് ഈ സെഷൻ ഇവിടെ അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. സോ ഹൗ ടു ഗെറ്റ് യുവർ രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ആസ് എ ഫാർമസിസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് മൈഗ്രേറ്റ് ടു എ കൺട്രി ലൈക്ക് ഓസ്ട്രേലിയ, ന്യൂസിലാൻഡ് ആൻഡ് ദി അതർ ഗൾഫ് കൺട്രീസ് വേർ വി വിൽ ബി മെയിൻലി ഫോക്കസിങ് ഓൺ ദി ഓസ്ട്രേലിയൻ പ്രോസസ് ആൻഡ് ക്ലിയറിംഗ് ദി കാപ്സ് എക്സാമിനേഷൻ. ഈ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക് ആയിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് മെയിൻലി നോക്കുന്നത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണെന്ന് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു തരാം. ഓക്കെ, so currently നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് നോക്കാനായിട്ട് പോകുന്നത് retail pharmacists and hospital pharmacists, and there will be slides that will be telling you about industry and pharmacy technician jobs as well. Okay, so മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ ഫാർമസിസ്റ്റ്, റീറ്റെയിൽ ഫാർമസിസ്റ്റ് പറയാനുള്ള കാരണം ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ദി ജോബ് അവൈലബിലിറ്റി ആണ്. സോ ഇപ്പൊ ഓസ്ട്രേലിയയിൽ കറന്റ്ലി നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ the government is giving permanent resident visas to the eligible candidates. So your CAPS examination and your English assessment, if you are clearing it, you are eligible to apply for your PR visa. Not a sponsored visa, not a student visa, but a permanent resident visa you are eligible to apply for. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അവിടെ പോയി ജോബ് നോക്കാനും അവിടെ നിന്ന് ജോബ് ചെയ്യാനും ഒക്കെ ഉള്ള പോസിബിലിറ്റി ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. സ്പോൺസറിനെ തേടി നിങ്ങൾ നടക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യം വരുന്നുണ്ടാവത്തില്ല. ഓക്കെ, വേർ നിങ്ങളിപ്പോ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ഫാർമസിസ്റ്റ്, ഫാർമസി ടെക്നീഷ്യൻ ഒക്കെ ആണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ they only have the initial skill assessment and their English assessment as the criteria. But what you should understand is that the number of jobs available for these positions are pretty much less. Even for the university lecturer position, the job availability is pretty much less because the amount of industries, amount of universities are comparatively less or pretty much less in Australia. Clear, and also for a university lecturer, it is required to have the MPharm or PhD plus 2 years of teaching experience. And since the number of job opportunities are less, since the universities are less, the amount of score that is required for the visa processing is pretty much high. Where a retail pharmacist, hospital pharmacist, it is needed to have 65 or above score, but for a university lecturer position, they are asking more than 90 scores for the visa application process. So comparatively, ഈ രണ്ട് പൊസിഷനെക്കാളും യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ലെക്ചറർ പൊസിഷന് വിസ കിട്ടാനും ചാലഞ്ചസ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. So that's why we are focusing more on working in Australia. So why in Australia എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ currently Australia to work as a pharmacist or to get your registration as a pharmacist, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടതെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 3 steps ഫോളോ ചെയ്യുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. One is going to be your initial skill assessment. Second is the CAPS examination. Third is going to be your English test. Okay. So ഈ മൂന്ന് സ്റ്റെപ്സും ആണ് ഇതിന് വേണ്ടി വരുന്നത്. For you students, when you are immediately completing your degree or your PharmD, you can migrate. You can migrate any experience. Experience അവർ ചോദിക്കുന്നില്ല. But for other countries, even the Dubai countries, അവർ 2 വർഷത്തെ experience ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. Also in New Zealand, they are asking about 1 year of experience that you need to have sense. Okay, so ഇങ്ങനത്തെ കുറച്ച് ഡിഫറൻസസ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. So in the present scenario, the best option for you guys, if you want to work and start earning, is Australia. So അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് തുടക്കത്തിൽ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് we will be discussing about Australia mainly. First step എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് it is going to be your skill assessment. Skill assessment എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ your documents you need to upload on the Australian Council website without any errors checked by them. So adine you will be paying 1310 okay, Australia. These would be the documents that is required. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് farm transcript, your registration, your and your passport size photograph verification. Things they suggested that you take and help from an expert who has already done this process, so that without this would be 1310 AUD. So നിങ്ങൾ ഈ complete പ്രോസസ്സിൽ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത് the fee payment part അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ amount spending part will be on 2 components. One component would be to the academy or the, from whom you are taking the support. നിങ്ങളുടെ KAPS examination preparation, നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്കിൽ അസസ്മെന്റിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്, നിങ്ങളുടെ വിസ പ്രോസസ്സിങ്ങിന്, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ടെസ്റ്റിന്റെ പ്രിപ്പറേഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടൊക്കെയുള്ള നിങ്ങളുടെ ട്രെയിനിങ് ഫീസും അതർ സപ്പോർട്ട് ഫീസും ആണ് ഒരു കോമ്പോണന്റിൽ വരുന്നത്. സെക്കൻഡ് കോമ്പോണന്റ് ഇസ് ദി എമൗണ്ട് ദാറ്റ് യു ആർ സപ്പോസ് ടു പേ ടു ദി ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഡയറക്ട്ലി ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് കൺട്രി. സോ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഓസ്ട്രേലിയൻ ഗവൺമെന്റിനാണ് യു ആർ പേയിങ് ദീസ് എമൗണ്ട്സ്. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് വുഡ് ബി യുവർ KAPS examination. So KAPS examination is the knowledge assessment of pharmaceutical sciences. Okay, so it is designed to test your knowledge of basic pharmaceutical sciences related to the current practice of pharmacy in Australia. So KAPS in the examination fees എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 2230 Australian dollars ആണ്. So one thing that the second thing that you keep in mind, I've already told that there are unlimited attempts for KAPS examination, but we never suggest our students to go for an unlimited attempt, or our students never go for a second attempt or a third attempt, because our students, most of them, clear this examination in the first attempt itself. We have designed the course, designed the program in such a way that they clear this in the first attempt. Why? If you ask me why, this is the answer I would give for why. For each and every attempt, you will be paying 2,230 Australian dollars, which is coming around 1,30,000 Indian rupees. 1,30,000 രൂപ unlimited times കൊടുക്കാനുള്ള ഒരാളാണ് നിങ്ങളെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ you can very well go for an unlimited attempt, but never to lose that hard-earned money. That money can be utilized for our own betterment, because you need to have money for the further steps of this process as well. So if you are looking for KAPS preparation, I would always suggest you that prepare in a right way, follow a structured plan, follow a structured curriculum, put little bit effort, clear the exam in the first attempt like all the academically students do, and get your results in a better way. Okay, because money matters in the end of the day. Okay, so this is going to be the format of KAPS examination. KAPS examination എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ദിവസം നടക്കുന്ന examination ആണ്. There will be 2 papers, okay, separated by a break in between. Okay, the domains for this examination is pharmaceutical therapeutics, pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacology, and physiology. expect you should take the CAPS examination from any of the centers in India. Okay, online exam you need to go to their centers and take this examination. Centers were in Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. Okay, so while doing your CAPS in the exam registration form filling, you can select your centers and have this exam attempted. Yearly, the examination happens 3 times, which is March, July, and November. Okay, so you can choose when to write the examination. Put your slot for the examination when you are clearly ready for it, and then write it. Okay, so your CAPS examination result will be given to you after writing the examination. Usually 2 to 3 weeks time. If you clear the CAPS examination, the Australian Pharmacy Council skill assessment letter will be mailed to your email address as well. This is something that I've mentioned before also. We make sure that the welfare of our students is taken care all the time. While they are with us, while they are before being with us, and after being with us, we make sure that they are taken care properly. That is one of the main reason why we are interacting with the students, the upcoming generation of our country, and in our nation, we need to help them in a better way. So adugondana we always particular and we always ensure that. Okay, so this as an outcome for the same, we are having more than 90% of students passing the examination in their first attempt itself. So for an example, if we had once when 60 students attempted the examination, around 58 of them had cleared it during the first attempt itself. So we are specialized with the training part. We make sure that the training is delivered to you in the best way, right? At the same time, for the welfare of our students, we provide them with the other support as well in the efficient, best way. So CAPS, നിങ്ങളുടെ skill assessment കഴിഞ്ഞു, നിങ്ങളുടെ CAPS കഴിഞ്ഞു, CAPS കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷമുള്ള another step എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് is your English examination ആണ്. Okay, where currently English examination they are considering IELTS, OET, and PT only. TOEFL they are not accepting from August 1. Okay, so IELTS ആണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ 7 score ആണ് minimum വേണ്ടത്. In each of the 4 components, 7 each ആണ് വേണ്ടത്. CAPS examination എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് it's a multiple choice question examination. Okay, there is no negative marking. You need to attend all the questions and the pass mark is 50% for both the papers. Okay, so English എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് for IELTS they require 7 score. For OET, PTE നമ്മൾ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ 65 and above ആണ് നമുക്ക് required ആയിട്ടുള്ള score വരുന്നത്. Clear അല്ലേ? So for these two, as I've told before, so the industrial pharmacist and the pharmacy technician, there does not require the CAPS examination. You need to have your skill assessment done and your PTE and the English exam. Adinte kuda adu matram avashyullu. Once it is cleared, you can apply for your visa part, but it is very difficult since the job opportunities is pretty much less over there. Clear, right? So if you are cleared all these 3 steps, which is your skill assessment, your CAPS examination, then your English assessment as well. If you are having all these criteria cleared, you are eligible to apply for a permanent resident visa there. You are eligible to apply for a permanent resident visa there based on which category, which location you are looking for your visa. The category or the subclass is also differing. Okay. So you are anyways eligible to apply for the permanent resident visa. Australia is also supposed to do this. Okay. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ഒരു internship 1 year കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു final examination ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും, ഒരു final oral written examination ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. After clearing which you will be given your permanent registration as a pharmacist there in Australia. Okay. So internship time you will be paid. It's not like the internship that happened over here in our country. The internship that you are going to do over here is going to do over there in Australia is going to be a paid internship, where you have an earning potential of around 3 to 5 lakh rupees per month, Indian rupees per month. So around $30 to $60 Australian dollars you will be paid per hour. Okay, so this is the pathway for the examination. This is the pathway for the CAPS examination, and I hope it is clear to you. Again, so once again, I'm asking you, എന്തെങ്കിലും doubts ഉണ്ടോ? ഇനി ഇത്രയും പറഞ്ഞതിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും doubts നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉണ്ടോ? So what are the procedures for getting a teaching job over there? Okay. Ms. Deepti, as we have mentioned during the first slide also, you need to have your master's and PhD for the same. At the same time, universities are pretty much less. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ pharmacy colleges are less in Australia. Total 8 colleges ഉള്ളൂ ഓസ്ട്രേലിയയിൽ entirely. So university lecturer post നമ്മൾ നോക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും to get the visa, it is very challenging. You need to have more than 90 score to get the visa there. Anything to add on? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think there'll be a little challenge to get the visa for lecturership there. You rightly said that there are only 8 pharmacy colleges, right? And
Yes.
a file should be very strong. If you have published many most cited journals, articles, and publications, then you may be considered, because there are very less colleges and competitions are actually much there, right? So it's advisable that you should not apply for the lecturership, because there is lesser chances of getting the visa there.
Any other doubts? Students, നിങ്ങൾ unmute ചെയ്ത് ചോദിച്ചോളൂ. So what are the job opportunities for the industrial pharmacist? Same like the university lecturer, same നമ്മുടെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ കാര്യം വരുന്നത് പോലെ തന്നെ industries are also pretty much limited there in Australia. കുറവാണ്, number കുറവാണ്. Okay, so same way, നമുക്ക് for an industrial pharmacist, you don't require to write the CAPS examination and all. These are the 3 steps. That is the skill assessment, the English test, പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് visa processing file ചെയ്യാം. But job opportunities are very less. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കോമ്പറ്റീഷനും കൂടുതൽ ഉണ്ടാവും. Anything to add on for the industrial pharmacist part? I mean,
No, so industries also are less there, because Australia is actually buying medicines from India, China, and so these industries pharmacists also part has lesser chances to get the visa. But if somebody wants to prepare themselves, we can help them in preparing. But suggestion that why don't you, being a pharmacist, why don't you write the CAPS examinations and become a registered pharmacist there, because there are a lot of opportunities in retail and hospital pharmacy both, right? And
exactly.
Holders also, I would want to add this point, the PhD holders also, they choose a pathway after writing the CAPS examination. They start working there as a retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist there in Australia.
See, my point is simple over here. We are spending money for all these steps. So even for the industrial pharmacist part also, you are doing your skill assessment and you are taking your English test. For everything, there is money involvement. So this time, when we are looking for a job opportunity, when we are investing for a job opportunity, we should be wise enough to do it in such a way that we can ensure the returns on our investment. The money that we are spending is on a goodwill, it's on an intention that we will be earning back that money, right? So you should do it in such a way that you can make sure that you are starting to earn that money. Because becoming an industrial pharmacist is not limited even if you do the CAPS examination. You can still do that, okay? But before that, since there's a law job limitation, you can initially start working as a retail or an hospital pharmacist. Do your research, do your job hunting part, continuing there itself. You will be earning also and you will be looking for job opportunities, and if our luck favors, നമുക്ക് ആ ഒരു ജോബ് കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടാവും. സോ അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും ഏറ്റവും ബെറ്റർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Students, any other doubts? There are few people who have joined in the last. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഡൗട്ട്സ് ചോദിച്ചോളൂ. Put it in the chat box അല്ലെങ്കിൽ unmute ചെയ്തിട്ട് ചോദിച്ചോളൂ. Sir, is there any scope to work as a clinical pharmacist in Australia? So what we have discussed over here is about it only. I mean, anything to add on?
Yeah, so pathways are going to same for clinical pharmacist also. So once you clear the KAPS examination and start working as a retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist or community pharmacist, then thereafter you can attempt the exams for clinical to become a clinical pharmacist also. Once you earn some of the experience also there in Australia, then you can write the examinations for clinical pharmacist and you can become a clinical pharmacist there. So you should have earned some of the experience and then write the examination for clinical pharmacist, because clinical pharmacists are like going to earn little more in comparison to the retail pharmacist and hospital pharmacist. But you should clear the KAPS first and become a registered pharmacist there, and then you can follow the pathways for clinical pharmacist, write the examination, and then become a clinical pharmacist there.
Justin has a doubt about the visa part. Visa processing, is it a time-consuming process?
So time-consuming process, it can take time, but what we have seen is that in past, the people, those who are clearing the KAPS examination, submitting their EOI expression of interest, they are getting the visa invites. But it depends upon your skills, whatever you have earned by writing the KAPS examinations, by writing the English proficiency exam, and what is your age, is there any dependent on you, and are you married or not. So each and every part or sections is going to give you certain points, and these are the skilled visa, right? So these are going to give you certain points, and for applying and getting the skilled visa like 491 or 189 190, you need to score at least 65 to get and apply for that particular visa. So if you are scoring, if your points are more than 65, then you have maximum chances of getting your skilled visa and PR visa, right? And once you score like 80%, 85%, 90%, then you are like pretty easy to get those visas. So it don't take like much time. We have seen the visa invite comes like after writing and clearing the exams. They will get the visa invites in a week's time also. But for getting the PR visa, once you start working there, then it takes time, like 3 to 4 months or 5 months also it can take. But the visa which you are applying for, it is going to be for 5 years. And in the 5 years, you can take the citizenship. After 3 years, you can apply for the citizenship also. But you'll have to compare with other countries. Other countries are not going to give you the permanent residency visa. They are giving you the permanent residency visa. If they are taking time also, it's okay, right? But they are going to give you the permanent residency visa also. So whatever time, whatever process is there, you'll have to follow the process and get this done within the time.
Right. Always you can take help from any of the experts, right? We also do support our students for all these processes. So if you are doing this, what I can or what we can ensure you is that we will provide you with the support and timely guidances for each of these steps that you need to follow. So taking the support of an expert will, make your work easier is what I suggest. Students, there will be more doubts, I'm sure about it. So please ask, don't hesitate. Unmute ചെയ്തിട്ട് ചോദിക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ you can put it in the chat box. And I request each and every one of you who were present with us to have this feedback form also filled, so that we can understand things, and this would be helping us to make our sessions better in the future also. We are planning for more interactive and useful sessions, brainstormers, competitions for the students. So your valuable feedback matters to implement those things in a better way. Any other doubts? Yes, Sanjeev ma'am. Parnolu.
Students, if you have any queries, you can ask here. Sir, I think the students have already asked the queries. Can we
Sure.
wind up the session now?
Sure, ma'am. If there is no other doubts, it's okay for winding up the session, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. The session was really very informative, and it was conducted by Dr. Ahmad sir. It was Akram sir. It was really nice and was useful to the student who are trying for the job opportunities. Sorry to mention as higher studies, it was the job opportunities they are mainly focusing. And the session covered everything regarding the exam procedures and details on the exams, and for how to acquire a job in Australia and New Zealand. And so now, if you have no more doubts, we thank Akram sir and also the entire team of Academically, especially Shivakumar sir, for the session. Thank you, sir.
Once again, thanks. I thank each and every one of you present over here listening to us with patience, right? I hope you have got the informations that would be useful for you at any point of your life, right? Not just for now, maybe in the future also this would be helping you. So if anybody of you, if anyone among you feel that you need to give an attempt, you need to try this good opportunity, the suggestion is that you can start with your training process, not with any other process, because we know that it will be taking some more time for your degree and your certificate and all. So you can start learning, you can start preparing for it, because whatever exam it is, right, with correct amount of preparation and learning, things would be good to you. Okay. So if that's all, if there is no other doubts, we can wind up the meeting. Anything there? I have just given my number and also Mr. Amin's phone number over here. So you can reach out to me. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്നെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്ത് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഡൗട്ട്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉള്ളത് ചോദിക്കാം. I will be always available to answer your questions. This is my phone number, my calling number, and also my WhatsApp number. So once again, thanks each and everyone associated with Pushpagiri College of Pharmacy. Hoping to meet you guys soon, face to face, on an physical session. We are on the process of planning the same. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.